The real estate market in Portland, Oregon is doing better than last year as we head into the holidays. Just barely better, but in positive territory all the same. It's time to take a look at the very latest stats and trends in our local real estate market. Hello everyone, RRMilligan here, bringing you the very latest in our local real estate stats and trends for the full Portland metro area, including Southwest Washington. I do normally record these videos on Thursday and post them on Friday, but I'm jumping the gun a little bit due to Thanksgiving this week. I do pull my sample of statistics every week on Tuesday morning, so this will still be an apples to apples statistical comparison, even if it is a little bit early. First up, our sale prices. The average sale price is up a hair over the previous week and surprisingly landed about 2.8% higher than the same week last year. So far for November, the average sale price is coming in about 1.2% higher than the same time frame last year. That's a little bit better than the mere $45 gain in sale prices that we were looking at the previous week. So even though prices are up just a hair over last year and the previous week, they are feeling pretty flat at the moment. So on to supply. It is normal to see the supply of homes for buyers to choose from falling this time of year. However, the supply is falling at a slightly faster rate than last year at this time. Buyers still have about 14% more homes to choose from compared to last year, but that delta between last year's and this year's supply is continuing to shrink. For the second week in a row, the number of sellers who reduced the asking price on their homes was below what we were seeing last year at this time. That's bucking a trend that we've been watching for several months now, and it's still a bit of a surprise. I suspect that this is in part due to the elevated number of sellers pulling their homes off the market. Over the past 4 weeks, on average, the number of canceled and expired listings has outpaced 2024 by almost 30%, which more than takes into account the larger inventory of homes that we have for sale this year compared to last year. It could simply be that many sellers have mortgage rates that are still in the 2s and 3s with really low mortgage payments and are deciding to pull their homes off the market to either rent them out or wait for a more advantageous market to sell them. Buyer demand keeps trucking along in the Portland metro area. The number of new purchase contracts agreed to by buyers and sellers has been pretty consistent over the past 5 weeks and slightly elevated compared to what we were seeing last year at this time. You can see that here in this graph. Again, this increased demand is in line with what we're seeing nationally and likely has a lot to do with mortgage rates that are more than a half a point lower than what we had last year at this time. Next up, our mortgage rates. The interest rate for the 30-year fixed improved since last Friday, down from 6% to 5.875% on Tuesday morning. That's the best case scenario on the best rate that I saw advertised in Portland. The 10-year Treasury keeps inching down, indicating that mortgage rates will follow suit. This is on the heels of some worse than expected employment numbers and some better than expected inflation numbers. That's a scenario that could put pressure on the Fed to cut rates at their December 10th meeting. Currently, markets have an 80% expectation that the Fed will drop rates another 1/4 point next month. But keep in mind that meeting is a couple of weeks out and a lot could happen between now and then. So let's wrap up this report with a quick summary of the biggest trends that we're following. Sale prices are up slightly, supply is moving down, demand is steady, and mortgage rates are down. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's report. I hope that you found it helpful. If so, I would love a like or even a subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out. Have a great Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and I look forward to seeing you right here next week.